Hello, my name is Omar Abasad. It is February 11, 2018 at 9:18 p.m. in Toronto. So I'm going to talk about my very, very, very recent experience of being stalked. So as usual, as it's happened for years now in the building, I walk out of my unit and somebody immediately either comes out of their unit or comes around the corner from the elevator. So I walked out to put the garbage in the garbage chute, and one of the neighbors, relative, I don't know how they're related, but somebody from a certain unit came around the corner and walked past me. And as I stepped into my unit, he stepped into the unit that I'm suspecting is always calling the cops. The occupants of the unit are always calling the cops about me. I'm suspecting. This is true. I'm suspecting because I believe that they are part of the team that is monitoring me in the building. This monitoring has been going on for quite a while based on a bunch of lies. Um, I believe that there are traffickers working in the building and are targeting me to recruit me to sell, of course, remotely. Since I'm not a physical prostitute, it would have to be remote. As in, hook up your home to the net and look at you taking a bath, sleeping, and affecting your body with directed energy weapons to simulate rape. The kind of technology that would be used in porn sites and so on. And people in the porn sites, of course, is using it with consent. But these technologies are being used to harass people as well, remote rape, and to train new recruits to become prostitutes. So the reason I'm saying this is that I posted some videos on the YouTube Arrow, excuse me, Miss Eye Opener, Mseyeopener, on the YouTube, and I posted about six, I believe, six separate times this last summer where this Chinese woman appeared underneath my window, and I've seen her around. She lives in the building. She was in the lobby a few times when I was there. She was behind me in the park walking when I was walking. I saw her beside me in the subway in the Warden's subway station. And she appeared about 8 times, a total of 8 times underneath my unit, 2 times with a young girl with her. And the English words dispersed in her Chinese conversations, either to the girl or on the phone with someone, was about warlords, prostitution, whores, making money in the business. In one case, she was berating the young girl about making lots of money, having to make lots of money. And the words prostitutes was mentioned in the conversation with the girl. I strongly believe that this girl was a prostitute and this woman was her pimp living in the building. So my suspicion is people like this pimp is working in the building and is recruiting people of different ethnic backgrounds, the Somalis, and there aren't a whole lot of non-Chinese in the building, so mostly Chinese. Muslims, there are some Muslim people, there is some West Indian people, there is some Somalis that I've noticed. These are non-Chinese people. And in my case, these people are recruited to follow me around. I'm suspecting as part of the new team to monitor me because I'm flagged based on um, false claims about my being a prostitute. I drink, I smoke, all of which is completely opposite of who and what I am. Deliberate lies and misinterpretations. And these people would deliberately try to make contact with you to get something to report on. So they would deliberately lie. They would come up and say something about your ring, and then they would comment on the remarks that you would make. When you answer their questions. Her voice is too sharp. She was talking about stealing it, out and out lie, stuff like this. They'd make up things, just make things up. I heard in one case I was in a workplace and this woman went through my knapsack and I heard that I had condoms in my bag. And later on, I heard it wasn't condoms, it was tea bags. which is exactly what it was. I had jasmine tea in individually wrapped bags. So they would look like, I mean, um, for somebody who wants to lie, they could easily say they were condoms because they were exact size of individually wrapped condoms. But I believe condoms come in plastic, tough plastic. These are just regular paper. So huge jump from tea bags to condoms, but the lies were told as part of the report I heard, because I heard the remark in the workplace. And she's taken a long time in the bathroom as the implication is that I was masturbating in the bathroom, which was out and out lie. Masturbation is for the privacy of your bedroom, I firmly believe. Um, and since my bedroom is being looked at, I am suspecting with all kinds of different technologies that's easily available, from the net. I believe that my private life is being recorded and discussed by this team, and is being piggybacked on with lies and exaggerations and misinterpretations. I also believe doubles are being used, people who look like me, to create videos that piggybacks on what is observed and also exaggerated on. I heard I was swinging off a pole somewhere in a strip club. I was in a strip club once in my life, and I after 10 minutes I walked out completely nauseated. And if I come across like someone who's very old fashioned and conservative in that respect, then so be it. But it completely nauseated me, and I never went back. I'm not the kind who would go to strip clubs. It's just not something that appeals to me. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying it's not my interest. It's not part of my interest. It's something that I would not do. Um, so and then to say to make a remark, that implies that I'm actually in the strip club working as a stripper, is is such a ludicrous thing to say, a claim to make about me personally. Um, to me, it's equivalent of going to Mars. That's how far apart the thinking is. That's how different my thinking is to what's being claimed. Completely opposite, diametrically opposed to who and what I am. Which is why I keep using the word ludicrous, because to me, it's amazing that people could say could come across that I could come across to people this way. Uh, if people look at me and think this way, then maybe it's some sort of a profiling. The color of my skin maybe is probably a factor there. I don't know. It could be a form of racism. Anyways, so I just wanted to clarify that because I'm sure that this person probably called the cops and say, "Gee, she was stalking me. She was looking at me as I walked by." In fact, I did the complete opposite. I turned my back on him and I walked into my unit, and the door is I have to shove the door really hard because but my carpet is really high, so it gets stuck on the carpet. So I shoved it a little bit, hard. So then he would say, "Gee, I slammed the door." Well, I didn't slam the door on him. I just wanted to make sure that the door was closed really quickly because I didn't want to make any contact with him. So these are the things that perps would call the cops and say, "Gee, I think she slammed the door because she's upset and oh my God, she's experienced a post-traumatic stress disorder, and I'm really, really scared of her." This is a crap that's being reported about me. I also heard that my face was on a composite sketch. Why that would be the case without questioning me is beyond me. Before my face was on a composite sketch, and the neighborhood being canvassed about me, I should have been questioned because in doing this, it compromised me, it defamed me. And this is why I heard the rumor. All of Scarborough knows her as a prostitute. Well, as a prostitute. Well, if my face was on a composite sketch and somebody did a door to door questioning, then of course the area would think that I'm a prostitute when I individually was never questioned. Why is that? I have no idea. If I wasn't home to be served in my hand with papers to appear in a court for anything, then a writ should be sent in the mail, registered mail, courier. There's a million ways to serve papers and make sure that the person gets it. Especially with me, I'm always around. I haven't traveled in a while, and I'm not definitely not hiding because I'm all over the YouTube and I tweet all the time. So I'm definitely very reachable. I can be reached very easily. So that's all I am going to say for now. See, talk to you another time.